Hi everyone, this is Jenny again. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here, it's your first time. I kind of try to talk about a little bit of everything. Recently I've been talking a lot about at school, but I'm hoping to amplify a little more on different on other topics. So today I'm going to talk about, I've talked about how I used to spend my money like not wisely, but today I'm going to talk about how to save when you're in college. And I also tried doing a lot of this, and you wouldn't believe some of these, like, they're not hacks, but things we don't know. So the main thing while you're in college is you don't want to pay full price for everything. I'm not saying you're not going to have to spend full price. Sometimes you have to buy something that needs to be, needs to be full price. But I always try to minimize that, or always find ways of saving or getting a discount or something like that. So the first way of saving in college is not buying your books new. Meaning, don't go to the bookstore and buy those books, because you don't realize how expensive that is to buy a new book, and you only need it for a semester or a quarter. You're never going to use it again. So I would really recommend in buying things either online or renting them. So you could buy them online on Amazon, eBay. I use Slug Books as well. And then sometimes when I knew I wasn't going to really need the book ever again, I just would rent it on Chegg or on, I think Barnes & Nobles has one too, but I would always use Chegg, and my go-to was always Slug Books. Also, some campuses have Slug Books used to be this when I went to Santa Cruz. It used to be just a local campus thing where it was students selling their books, like students within the campus selling their own books. So a lot of the times I would get the books from other students for extremely cheap, like $20, or when they were used to be $200 books, they were written in or whatever, but it didn't really matter as long as all the content was there for me. I didn't really care. Obviously it has to be good condition. It can't be falling apart, but I didn't really care about if there was stickies in it, or if somebody highlighted through it. I didn't really care. I just needed the content. So check in to see, ask the people around how they get their books, because there might be a local campus community, network, online thing where you could do from school itself. So this next one, I'm shy about this stuff, asking for a discount, but it took me a while to build my courage to do this. And I would always ask if places had student discounts. Everywhere I went, I started doing that. Towards the end of my 4-year journey, I started doing this, but I wish I did it earlier. And you would be surprised how many restaurants, museums, movie theaters, they have student discount options. So always, always, always carry your student ID. So I know movie theaters for sure have a student discount. You can save quite a few bucks from it if you go to the movie theaters. I know some local restaurants at the school sometimes do it just because they love the school so much. I know some museums, some aquariums do. I know the aquarium in Monterey Bay does that. Also, another thing is, if you do online services, try to look up to see if they also have student discounts, because sometimes you put in your school edu email will save you a ton of money, like Prime, the Word docs, all that stuff. Also, Apple, when you go to the Apple store, you want to purchase something, they always have a student discount going on. Sometimes it's bigger than other times. You just kind of have to check the time. So going back to school, August, July, September is when Apple has really trying to incentivize getting rid of some of the stuff. So then they would probably, they're selling it for either discount, or they're giving you an additional printer or something. You still need the printer. Okay, so you want to go out to a restaurant, kind of an expensive bougie restaurant, but you don't want to spend the full price. I used to do this all the time. I used to go to happy hour where they would give you bite sizes of their main stuff, and you get to try them, and it's very cheap, $5, $7, whatever it is. I always did this instead of paying full price. So my meal would be $10, sometimes $15, and I would try some of the best meals that they had at the restaurant without having to spend the budget for like a dinner entree kind of thing. So one of my main things is always, even now I always do this, I always shop around before I purchase. So I always, like, even if I go to the store, I'm like, I don't really know if this price is justified. I kind of look it up, like, is Amazon cheaper? Is somewhere else cheaper? And then I kind of shop around that way. I would say the same thing. Say you're living off campus, you're just moving off campus and you need furniture. I would say exactly the same thing. Shop around. I'm not saying you need to get used stuff. Like, maybe you don't want to get used stuff. But I would say always shop around before you purchase, because you could get a discount somewhere else for the same exact thing. With that being said, I got most of my college furniture when I was living off campus for free off of friends that are moving out, or off of friends that are graduating. They don't want to take any of their stuff. And that's what I did, because for me, like, I couldn't justify spending on furniture when I wasn't gonna live there for long, and I wasn't gonna take it back to my home. I didn't want to carry around furniture if I had to move somewhere else. And it worked out nicely, because when I went to grad school, I didn't have to carry furniture. I just, like, gave it away to some of my college friends that were still in college and they needed furniture. I give all my furniture away, or sold some of the pieces that I did buy. And I didn't have to worry about it when I had to move to San Francisco, because I didn't want to carry all that stuff around. Another way, actually a very easy way to save, is by looking at the college amenities. You don't realize, but colleges have a lot of things to offer their students. We just don't know all about it. So obviously, like, the gym, like, use the gym for free. Like, why are you paying membership somewhere else when you can just use the gym for free at the college? They also have a lot of, like, weekend getaways kind of thing. And I know this from personal experience. When I was in grad school, they had, like, I can't remember the name of it, but it was like weekend getaways, like camping, hiking, all this stuff that you would want to do, but it would be too expensive, like river rafting, all this stuff, and they would give you at a super discount price. So you could do all this exploration stuff on a budget. Okay, the last thing, always, it's always cheaper for you to do things yourself than for it to be done for you. So I'm talking about doing it yourself, everything. Like, take your own meal, make your own meals, take your own coffee. Things like that you don't have to. Say you go to a museum, you can take a snack, you can take your own meal, so you don't have to buy stuff at the museum. And so you save money that way. Like buying a coffee every day, like, you don't have to buy a coffee every day. Maybe make it like something where you're, like, incentivizing yourself. And this is what I used to do a lot too. I used to buy coffee only when I was like, okay, I'm going to study really hard. And that was my incentive to study really hard. I'm going to go buy a nice coffee. But on a regular basis, I'd make my coffee, not have to buy a coffee every single day, because it does add up. Like, $3 every day can add up big chunks. And if you spend, like, specialized coffees, like a latte costs $5-6, like, every day, that's a lot of money. Anyways, that's all I have for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and I see you guys next time. If you have any comments, if you have any recommendations, what else I should be talking about, please comment down below. And always don't forget, subscribe, like, and comment. See you next time. Bye.